Are words real? What about languages, money, or laws? We talk about them, use them every day, and let them shape our lives. But can we actually call them objective realities like mountains and rivers, or are they something else entirely? In previous videos, we explored the concept of an idea space, a physics-based model for your mind containing your thoughts, emotions, sensations, perceptions, and the empty set. Your personal idea space belongs to you, is uncountably deep or impermanent, and has zero measure, which means it looks like nothing to everybody else. Now, imagine what happens when these personal idea spaces mix and interact. The result is a macro idea space, a collective world of ideas shared by many individuals. Macro idea spaces give rise to intersubjective realities, large-scale constructs we all believe in and operate within, like languages, yet cannot physically pinpoint. Let's look at some of the properties of the macro idea space before diving into some examples. The two main properties of any idea space, both personal or macro, are zero measure and uncountability. Zero measure means any object that looks like nothing with a ruler. Both zero and nothing have a measure of zero, but zero and nothing are two different concepts. Nothing means the absence of existence, a set with no elements, while a set of zero measure can still have elements inside of it, yet look like nothing. Uncountability means we cannot list or pair every element with a natural number like 1, 2, 3, 4, signifying a complexity that goes beyond conventional counting. Colloquially, uncountability is synonymous with impermanence or constant change. Clearly, macro idea spaces reflect these properties. They have zero measure. For instance, you cannot see the United States or touch the English language. They have no physical size. And macro idea spaces are uncountable. A language, for example, continuously evolves as new words are created and old ones vanish. We cannot just list every possible utterance or idea because they're always changing. I mean, just look at the family tree of languages. Just look at it. As John Wheeler, the father of black holes, once said, "We live on an island of knowledge surrounded by a sea of ignorance. As our island of knowledge grows, so does the shore of our ignorance." To better understand macro idea spaces, it's crucial to distinguish between two types of realities, objective and imagined realities. On one hand, objective realities exist independently of human beliefs. Mathematical truths and natural objects like mountains and rivers are objective. They pass the test of time and remain true regardless of our opinions. On the other hand, imagined realities, or intersubjective realities, exist only because a collection of people believe in them. Languages, money, laws, religions, governments, social norms, and even scientific theories are all intersubjective constructs. They rely on a shared belief. Even if one person stops believing in them, like if one person stopped believing in the United States, then that intersubjective reality would still exist. However, if enough people stop believing in that intersubjective reality, or if they're given a new one to believe in, then it will crumble. So, how do we tell the difference between an objective truth and an imagined reality? One useful tool is the Lindy test, or the test of time. The Lindy test suggests that non-perishable concepts gain longer life expectancy the longer they exist. Simply put, the longer an idea has been around, the more likely it will be around for a longer period of time. Let's take a look at a few examples. Mathematics and logic easily passes the Lindy test. They are objective truth. For instance, 1 + 1 = 2 was true 100 million years ago. It's true now, and it will remain true 100 million years from now. Such truths are not dependent on human beliefs or culture. They persist regardless of opinions, making them Lindy proof. Pure mathematical truths are universal and timeless. As philosopher Karl Popper suggests, pure mathematics and logic, which permit of proofs, give us no information about the world, but only develop the means of describing it. Intersubjective constructs, languages, money, laws, religions, government, social norms, and scientific theories, failed the Lindy test. Let's start with languages. At one point in time, Sumerian was widely spoken language integral to the Mesopotamian society. Yet today, it's a dead language known only to scholars. Similarly, Latin once dominated much of Europe, but today we primarily use it in academia and liturgical contexts. Languages arise, spread, and die based on human usage, making them dependent on cultural and historical factors. They are impermanent and will eventually fade as society evolves. Now, let's move on to money. Humanity has used shells, barley, coins, paper, and now digital bits as currency. The form and value of money constantly mutates with social beliefs. Old currencies vanish as new ones appear. Money's legitimacy hinges on collective trust. When trust evolves, money loses its meaning. So while the concept of exchange might persist, like atoms colliding, the specific forms of money are inherently impermanent and fail the Lindy test. Laws too are intersubjective realities. Legal systems come and go. The Code of Hammurabi governed ancient Mesopotamia, while today's societies follow a completely different set of rules. Laws depend on collective agreement, and once people cease to accept them, they're simply replaced. And because laws change with time, culture, and belief, they don't endure indefinitely and are not Lindy-proof and fail the Lindy test. Next up, religion. Spiritual beliefs that once guided entire civilizations can fade as cultural values shift. Ancient Egyptian polytheism, once thriving, is now a distant memory. Today's major religions weren't always around and may not endure forever. Their existence relies on a shared faith which can wane or morph with passing centuries. Governments also share the same fate as all of these, right? Empire rises and fall, monarchies are replaced by republics, and social norms like dress code or etiquette transform with different generations. None of these constructs are fixed. They evolve or vanish as societies change. Lastly, scientific theories. While these may seem like objective truths, they are not. While grounded in observation and logic, scientific theories remain ideas subject to revision due to its nature of falsifiability, a topic covered in a previous video. For instance, the model of the atom changed dramatically over the past few centuries. What was once a particle transformed into particles orbiting around like a planet and is now understood best as a cloud of probabilities. Looking to the future, atoms get completely replaced as fields of particles emerge from the ether. As new evidence emerges, scientific theories are refined or replaced. They serve as our best current understanding, not eternal truths of the world. As physicist Richard Feynman once said, in order to understand physical laws, you must understand that they are all some sort of approximation. Overall, a scientific theory is a concept living in an idea space overlaid on top of reality. It's a mix of math combined with observation. By applying the Lindy test and recognizing which aspects of our world are intersubjective and impermanent versus those that are objective and enduring, we gain clearer insights into where we can invest our energy. Mathematics and logic stand as durable scaffolding that not only builds our idea space, but also our understanding of reality at large, while languages, money, laws, governments, and other imagined realities, though useful, are fluid and ever-changing. Of course, this does not mean that intersubjective realities are bad. They enable cooperation on a massive scale, culture, and progress. Money allows trade, governments provide structure, and languages enable communication like this right here. But understanding their nature helps us navigate life more wisely. This awareness can reduce stress over fleeting constructs like social status, currency value, encouraging us to focus on what's truly enduring, our health and relationships. As human civilizations shift their beliefs, their intersubjective realities evolve, fade away, or transform, reminding us of the impermanence at the heart of our shared imagination. If you're curious about how these abstract ideas connect to your personal life, then check out the Idea Space book linked below. Macro idea spaces reveal that much of what we take for granted in languages, social norms, and macro political systems are really intersubjective realities, constructs of the collective imagination. While objective truths like mathematics remain constants, these imagined realities shift with time and belief. Being able to recognize the difference, you can align your focus on what truly matters and approach life with a whole different perspective. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. In the next video, we'll talk a little bit more about Clopin. We'll talk about the observable universe at large and other fun, fascinating concepts. So tune in. I shall see you then. Adios, deuces, peace. See you then. Peace.